Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You are watching HumSub.TV and I am Munib Hamid with the news.
8 killed in suicide attack on Quetta's Bethel Memorial Methodist Church. At least 8 people were killed and 16 injured in a suicide attack on the Bethel Memorial Methodist Church on Quetta's Zarqoon Road on Sunday afternoon. All casualties were shifted to Civil Hospital Quetta. Hospital sources said they had initially received 4 bodies and around 20 injured, including women and children. 3 of the injured passed away while receiving treatment. At least 2 suicide attackers had struck the Bethel Memorial Church while service was ongoing. There were 400 worshippers inside the church when it came under attack. Police assigned to the church's security reacted in a timely manner and averted a much larger tragedy, IG Ansari claimed. Eyewitnesses and provincial lawmakers Anika Irfan, who had reached the church soon after the attack, corroborated the claim. One of the attackers was reported to have detonated his suicide vest near the church's main door after receiving critical injuries. Another was shot dead near the church's entrance by security forces after an intense gunfight. The Senate of Pakistan condemns the attack by terrorists in Quetta Zarqoon Road incident while killing and wounding innocent people. The heinous act committed against citizens of Pakistan, especially minority-loving and peace-abiding communities, will not stop our resolve against all acts of terrorism. Culprits will be punished. This House expresses its sympathy and condolence with all bereaved families and asks the provincial as well as the federal government to extend all their support for safety and welfare of those killed and injured in this act of terrorism. Azam Swati. In reply to Mr. Azam Swati, the chairman Interfaith League, Mr. Sajid Ishaq said, "I, on behalf of the Christian community and especially those who have lost their dear ones today, appreciate your courage, concern and compassion for the unfortunate families of Quetta Church blast. I hold your act of empathy in high esteem." Chief of Army Staff to brief Senate on Tuesday on security matters. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa will take the Senate's Committee of the Whole into confidence on the security situation on Tuesday. A notification issued by the Senate Secretariat said on Sunday. General Bajwa will brief the entire House acting as a committee in camera at 10 a.m. on December 19 on the emerging national security paradigm for Pakistan with respect to recent visits and developments. Director General Military Operations Major General Sahir Shamsad Mirza will accompany the Chief of Army Staff in the briefing. The committee was constituted on the motion to prepare policy guidelines in the light of emerging regional realities and the role of United States. Early on Friday, expressing concerns over the terms of reference of the Saudi-led Islamic military counter-terrorism coalition being kept secret, senators had demanded that Parliament be apprised of the particulars of the military alliance. Nawaz returns to Lahore after announcing movement for rule of law. Former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif landed in Lahore on Sunday after spending over 10 days in London. The former Premier arrived in the city with his daughter Maryam Nawaz and headed straight to his Jati Umrah residence. On December 5, the two had departed for London to see Kulsum Nawaz, the former Prime Minister's wife, who has been undergoing treatment for cancer in British capital for some time. Addressing media in London after his departure for Pakistan on Saturday, Nawaz had announced that he would spearhead a fully fledged movement for the rule of law and supremacy of the constitution in the country. The announcement had come after the Supreme Court rejected Pakistan Muslim League Noon leader Hanif Abbasi's petition for Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Imran Khan's disqualification. On Saturday, Nawaz had bitterly criticized the Apex Court, alleging that it had adopted double standards in handling his case and that of the PTI chief. SECP fails to answer queries about Multan bus project. The Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, SECP, has failed to respond to queries forwarded to it by the Senate Standing Committee on Finance over the alleged role of its former chairman Zafar Hijazi in the Multan Metrobus money laundering case. The Senate committee forwarded a letter to the SECP on October 27, seeking a detailed reply from it by December 15 as to why the commission concealed certain facts regarding alleged corruption and money laundering in the Multan metro bus case. However, despite the passage of more than 40 working days, the SECP has failed to submit a detailed reply of the queries to the Senate committee. According to an official of the committee secretariat, it has just received a brief interim reply from the corporate sector regulator. No military offensive against Iran, says Methodist. The United States has said that while it will continue to expose Iran's activities in the Middle East, it has no plan to launch a military offensive to counter those activities. No military right now. No, U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis said at an impromptu news conference at the Pentagon on Friday afternoon when asked if Washington could respond to those activities militarily. On Thursday, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley launched a media offensive against Iran, highlighting its alleged subversive activities in the Middle East and its illegal arms program. Ambassador Haley stood in front of the Iranian missile that the Houthi rebels allegedly fired at Riyadh International Airport in Saudi Arabia. The missile didn't hit the airport, but she said that if it had, the missile potentially could have killed hundreds of innocent civilians. Palestinian billionaire Masri detained in Saudi Arabia. Sabhi al-Masri, Jordan's most influential businessman and the chairman of its largest lender, Arab Bank, was detained in Saudi Arabia for questioning after a business trip to Riyadh, family sources and friends said on Saturday. Masri's detention, which follows the biggest purge of the Saudi kingdom's affluent elite in the modern history, has sent shockwaves through business circles in Jordan and Palestinian territories where the billionaire has major investments. A Saudi citizen of Palestinian origin, Masri was detained last Tuesday hours before he was planning to leave after he chaired meetings of companies he owns. According to the sources, he is the founder of Saudi Austria Group, which has wide interest in diversified industries ranging from agro-industry to telecommunications, construction and mining across the region. Masri was heading to the airport and they told him to stay where you are and they picked him up, said a source familiar with the matter who asked not to be named. He cancelled a dinner in Amman on Wednesday that he had invited board members of Arab Bank and business associates to attend on his return. Masri could not be reached for comment. The Saudi authorities did not respond to requests for comment. New Austrian government pledges pro-European Union approach. The new Austrian government, led by a conservative and nationalist party, is pledging to tighten the country's asylum and immigration regulations while maintaining a firm commitment to the European Union, according to their coalition agreement released on Saturday. Under the deal, Sebastian Kurz, head of the Austrian People's Party, will become chancellor, which will make him Europe's youngest leader when he is sworn in on Monday at age 31. Right-wing Freedom Party leaders Heinz Christian Strache will be Vice-Chancellor and Minister for Sports and Public Servants. This can be the basis for real change in Austria, Kurz told reporters, introducing the government program that runs more than 180 pages. The document begins with a statement reinforcing Austria's commitment to the European Union and other international organizations, saying that no Brexit-like referendums would be allowed. Only in a strong Europe can there also be a strong Austria in which we are able to take advantage of the opportunities of the 21st century, the documents read. At the same time, the People's Party Freedom Party partnership is expected to move the country to the right. Both campaigned on the need for tougher immigration controls, quick deportation of asylum seekers whose requests are denied, and a crackdown on radical Islam. Stocks plummet for fifth week in a row. As the market moved in sympathy with the news flow, the Karachi Stock Exchange 100 index plummeted for the fifth consecutive week, recording a loss of 434 points to settle at 38,646 points. It represented the lowest weekly closing in 76 weeks since June 4, 2016. As the investors chase the stocks to unwind positions or cherry-pick value scripts, the week saw 2 bearish and 3 bullish seasons. Weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. Very cold weather conditions are likely to prevail in Balochistan and northern parts of the country. Frost is expected at a few places in upper and central Punjab during night and morning. Foggy conditions are likely over plain areas of Punjab and upper Sindh during morning hours.
And that is the end of the news. For more news and updates, keep watching HumSub.TV. Take care. Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.